Hi Pile One, welcome back. My name is Michelle. We're doing another pick a card love reading today. This one, what we are looking into is what you need to know about your person and or your connection with the person on your mind, okay? So keep in mind, Pile One, it's a general reading. Whatever resonates, take it, run with it. Anything that doesn't resonate, just drop it, leave it for the people for whom it does resonate. I do have personal readings available if you would like for me to tap exclusively into you and your person's energy and the energy of your guys' connection. Just check the description box below for booking details. There are a lot of $25 readings available in the specific person category. Okay, Pile One, let's get going on your reading. You guys were drawn to the Amethyst Palm Stone. Let's see the overall energies here. We got the Queen of Pentacles showing up in the reverse. This is overall energies. We also have Divine Truth, but that is also showing up in the reverse. And then we have Leap of Faith also showing up in the reverse. So, overall energies I'm picking up, you're definitely feeling somewhat in the dark. There is a message coming through Pile One that the reason why you might be feeling cut off from your intuitive guidance and senses when it comes to this connection is because there's a message coming through that you already know, you've already been given the guidance about what to do when it comes to this connection, but there is some messages coming through again, right? If it resonates, if it tracks, awesome. If not, just leave that for whom it does resonate, okay? But there's a message coming through that you've already been given the guidance and the kind of the urging and the nudge of what to do regarding this connection, and you have not taken action towards it so far. So that's why there's no more guidance and there's no more intuitive nudges coming through, because the ones that you are receiving have not been acted upon. Okay, so the scenario, or I should say what's being shown to me is like, you're wanting to know what's at the top of the staircase, and they're like, guidance that's coming through. It's like, well, you're not going to be given the next part of the map until you complete the portion that's already been given to you, or you complete the task that's already been given to you. It's part of the journey, right? So it's not that you're being withheld from information coming in. Before more information can come in, you need to complete the task that's already been given to you regarding this connection, whatever that might be. It's not that you've been cut off from your intuition. It's just your intuitive knowing is waiting for you to complete what has already been given to you up until this point, okay? I'm gonna be honest, some of y'all are being called out here, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just relaying the messages that are coming through. We got, Leap of Faith coming up in the reverse. So it says it's safe to make the move you're considering, but the fact that that's coming in the reverse, it's like, no. This is where intuition and maybe wounding, egoic wounding are coming in, what's that called? Conflict, okay? Because what's coming up for me with you, like what you need to know about the connection, Pile One, is you've been guided to go in a certain direction regarding this connection, but there might be a part of you that might be coming from like a wounded ego, a wounded inner child. There is a message coming through that some of you know that you need to let go of this connection, or let go of this person, or let go of aspects of this connection, and you're not. Like you're holding on. Okay? And so with Leap of Faith being in the reverse, what that is saying is it is not safe to make the move that you're considering, okay? If there's an offer on the table regarding this connection, or whatever it is that you're considering, whatever move you're considering on taking, the message coming here, what you need to know about this connection, Pile One, is that desire for that move that you're wanting to take might be coming from the wrong space, okay? There's nothing wrong with wanting something. It's whether or not that desire is coming from a space of abundance, right? Or if it's coming from a space of lack. So if you're wanting to make a move, let's for instance, if you're wanting to text your person and there is an ulterior motive to texting that person, then that would be coming from the wrong space. Meaning, you know, when we're coming from a space of abundance and we text someone, there isn't a hyper attachment or a hyper aversion to a response that might come from the recipient of that text. I hope that makes sense, right? You just send the text because just for the love of sending the text. Whatever result or lack of result may come, you know, is neither here nor there. You just sent the message just to send the message. I hope that makes sense. Now, if you're wanting to send the message, okay, now I'm just giving examples here, okay? If you're wanting to send the message hoping to get a reaction and you have a hyper attachment to getting a reaction from your person, that's when it's coming from the wrong space, okay? That's the overall energy that's coming through. Pile 1 about what you need to know about this connection. Really check your motives when it comes to why you're wanting a specific outcome when it comes to your person and the connection itself. If it's coming from a space of needing validation, of, you know, wanting to feel loved because you don't already feel loved. If you're needing this person for the purposes of filling a void, you know, without this person in your life, life just feels empty. Things of that nature. It's coming from the wrong space. There's nothing wrong with wanting a connection with your person. It's the why. What's the motivation? If it's coming from a space of lack, if it's coming from a wounded ego or a wounded inner child, that's where the problem lies, okay? I personally believe, and I've seen it many times in my own life and in people that I've worked with and coached and clients and stuff like that, we have the ability to manifest whatever it is we're wanting, including a specific person, an ex, whatever the case may be. And this is for all manifestation across the board. The reason why we don't create the experiences that we're wanting to create is because the desire for those experiences are coming from a space of lack. All right, so if you're wanting a relationship, if you're wanting a husband, a marriage, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, what have you, a significant other, because without one you feel empty inside, then the motivation is I need a romantic partner or I need a significant other to fill a void. And so when you're coming from that space, all you're going to continue to do is manifest a version of whoever, right? The person on your mind, it could be somebody else. You're just going to continue to manifest versions of people in the romantic space that will leave you feeling that you're not good enough. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And so that's what you're needing to know about the connection. It really is about the connection itself. You know, I will get some messages from your person to see if there are things like specifically coming from your person that you need to know about. Let's find out what's going on with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse here. Yeah, I feel like, okay, so Queen of Pentacles being in the reverse, if you, pile 1, you the viewer, if whoever the divine feminine in this connection is, because whether male or female or however non-binary, whatever the case may be, there's always a divine masculine and then there's a divine feminine. There's that polarity there. And of course, each of us have, inner masculine and inner feminine. But in romantic relationships, in order for there to be attraction, there has to be polarity. And so whomever the divine feminine in this connection, and I feel largely for the vast majority of you watching, viewer, I believe, I'm picking up that you are the divine feminine. What you need to know about this connection, and you're being called out, okay? I'm not trying to be triggering or anything like that. Definitely not trying to, cause you to have a guard up or cause you to feel defensive. I'm hoping that this is helping you. That's my intention, okay? What you're needing to know about this connection largely has to do with you and your own energy and how you're showing up in this connection. Including, I mean, you may be showing up fine. Like every time your person texts you, you might be there for them. You might do all kinds of stuff for your person, but we're talking about energetically. How are you showing up in this connection energetically? Because that is what you're continuing to manifest. That's the dynamic in this connection that you're continuing to manifest. So if you're showing up in this connection as somebody who is overly clingy on someone's energy, regardless of whether or not you're texting them all the time. We're just talking about if you're thinking about them all the time, if you're needing them. There's elements of codependency and limerence that I'm picking up here. If you don't know what those terms are, just simply go look them up. Because with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse being clarified by the Ten of Pentacles in the upright position, you guys, the Divine Feminine in this connection literally is not ready for the Ten of Pentacles. They're not ready. And it could be coming from a very subconscious space. Like you might consciously believe, right, that you're ready, but there's something going on perhaps beneath the surface of your conscious awareness. There could be some programming in your subconscious, aka your nervous system, that equates some kind of threat with the kind of relationship that you're seeking, okay? Might even equate threat with whomever the person is that you have on your mind. And as long as your nervous system, aka your subconscious, doesn't feel safe with whatever conscious desire that you might have, your subconscious, aka your nervous system, is gonna, it's gonna win out every time, okay? And so yeah. All right. Is there anything else that pile one needs to know? Let's get some messages. We'll see if there's anything on your person's side that you need to know about pile one. Regarding pile one's person, the person on pile one's mind, what does pile one need to know about their person? And then we'll wrap up this reading. Oh, if you guys don't know how to do that, by the way, I have another channel. It's linked in the description box below. It used to be called Your Wish Fulfilled, and I just recently changed it to the Synergy Effect. But it's linked in the description box below. There's a couple of videos to help reorient you in the right energy, okay? So that the desire for a romantic relationship is coming from a space of abundance as opposed to a place of lack, right? You can reorient yourself so that you're able to manifest the experiences you want to have, right? So check the description box below. There's two different videos. One is called How to Stop Manifesting Separation. That video, the title specifically says separation from an SP, but it can be from any desire that you're wanting, right? How to stop manifesting separation. And then after that, watch the video, which is the process of that, called Releasing the Wants, okay? That'll help reorient you into the right space for being able to actually have this experience that you're wanting in the 3D, okay? All right, pile one's person. What does pile one need to know about the person on their mind? What does pile one need to know about the person on their mind? This kind of came out in the... Let's get two more. What does pile one want to know? Or what does pile one need to know about the person on their mind? Okay. What does pile one need to know about the person on their mind? All right. Oh, okay. So some of you will probably think this is good news. Some of you may not care, right? But what you need to know about your person in this connection, pile one, is that they do honestly love you. Okay, they do. That's coming from a genuine space. Your person is also, what you need to know about the connection in your person, pile one, is that your person is wishing that they were with you right now, okay? So there's definitely an air of separation coming up here, a break. For some of you, it could be a breakup, but the two of you are spending some time apart for whatever reason, and your person is coming through in the energy of missing you. They're wishing that they were with you right now. Not for all of you, that's not going to be the case. It could just be that your person's at work, right? Or they could just be off, you know, on some kind of a project or something like that. It doesn't have to be like a breakup or anything like that. But for some of you, yeah, because we have please talk to me, right, at the bottom of the deck. Now, that's bottom of the deck energy, which isn't the strongest, but it is there. For some of you, I'm hearing your person might feel that you are a bit distracted. I mean, for those of you where it resonates, yeah, the two of you, you may not be talking to your person. You may not really be responding, or you just may not be showing up in the same energy towards them that you have maybe like in the beginning or what have you. We have the card here. It's kind of come out sideways. It says no regrets, and it says I'm sorry, please forgive me. What I'm picking up from the energy in that, your person is kind of making peace with the past in terms of like, okay, they are sorry for hurting you if they did anything or said anything that caused you any pain. They do feel sorry about it. They feel sorry for hurting you, but there's also an energy here of like they don't have any regrets. I think that, and I'll clarify that, but it's coming through in a sense of like your person understanding and realizing they can't do anything. They can't go in the past and undo things. All they can do is like, you know, try to move forward, right? Let's see. What's going on with no regrets? I'm hearing they did the best they could with the resources they had at the time. I hope that makes sense. With the strength in the reverse, that's Leo energy, by the way. With strength in the reverse, this is kind of giving me energies of your person not having self-discipline when it came, not having some kind of self-discipline, not having the willpower in a way that negatively influenced and or affected the connection that they had with you. This is why they have no regrets, though, because your person is understanding and realizing they're coming from a space of they couldn't give you what they didn't have. It's like, yeah, they're sorry for hurting you, for, you know, how you may have been affected from them not having a, you know, basically what I'm seeing is your person with a very empty cup. Not only is their cup empty, but there's like holes and cracks in it. So anytime, you know, anything gets poured into that cup, it doesn't retain it for long. And so your person could have felt very draining on your energy, pile one. That's maybe something that you need to know, is why that person's energy is very draining. There's a lot of your person, I just heard, I've never thought of this before put in this way, but like they're having to go through some soul patch work, like patching up the holes and the cracks in their soul where you know, it's a void. It's another instance of a void is what it is. Anytime you put anything in there, it just sucks it right back up, right? And so that's what you're needing to know about this connection. Your person not only has an empty cup, that's what they're working with, the cup that they have is also full of holes and cracks. So anytime anybody, including themselves, pours into that cup, it very quickly leaks right back out again. Okay, and so that's why it's like, yeah, they're sorry about how that may have affected you, how that may have hurt you, and, you know, it's there's no regrets there because they're understanding that, you know, it's not necessarily their fault that they were working with an empty cup. It's one of those things of like, maybe your person is aware of it now, but they weren't aware of it when they met you. I hope that makes sense. It's not coming from a space of like, oh, just get over it already. It's not that at all. Your person is genuinely sorry for how their wounding may have affected you. Okay. Can we be friends? I am hearing with can we be friends, what you need to know about this connection, pile one, is be very careful about being friends with your person at this point in time, especially if they're still dealing with an empty cup. Okay, for a lot of you, I'm picking up that your person is a very significant drain on your energy. It's not on purpose. It's just, you know, your person hasn't figured out yet how to patch up the holes and the cracks in that cup, and then on top of that, how to fill their own cup, okay? So be very careful if that's the move that you're considering making. Be very careful about that, because your person is still in that orientation where they're gonna be a drain on not just your energy, but really anybody else that they come into contact with, okay? Tell me more about Can We Be Friends? Yeah, with the King of Wands in the reverse. You helped them, or you helped them boost their ego somehow. This is where they were getting a lot of energy from you, pile one, that they may not be getting right now. Your person is coming from a space of lack as well. Okay, they're not necessarily in, you know, romantic connections for the benefit of adding to them. This is whether they know it or not. Okay, a lot of people don't even know this when they approach like intimate romantic connections. You know, the quote unquote right way to do it is, you know, for both people to have full and abundant, fully intact quote unquote cups, right? And you're sharing out of the abundance with each other. You're not with the other person solely for like, what can you do for me? I need you to make me happy. I need you to make me feel alive inside. I need you to make me feel loved, because I don't already feel those things already. That's the wrong orientation, right? And so it's not just you being called out here. And this is a lot of the times what happens. You know, we tend to create relationships and relationship dynamics with people that mirror what is going on inside of us, okay? There could be a lot of mirroring here, but your person, what you need to know about this connection is there is an ulterior motive on their side about why they want to be friends with you. It's because you boost their ego. You give them a specific kind of an energy that they have come to depend on, okay? So be very careful with that. Is there anything else that's wanting to come through? Let's clarify real quick. For those where it resonates, please talk to me. Why is that here? Why is that showing up here? Please talk to me for what pile one needs to know. Your person is wanting to reach out. They're wanting you to reach out, pile one. Yeah, there's a lot of mirroring going on here. Queen of Wands in the reverse. They're needing your energy, pile one. What you're needing to know about this connection, they're needing access to your energy for the purposes of boosting their ego, filling their cup, their empty cup. I hope, like, stuff like that, okay? Because they're unable, they haven't figured out how to do that themselves. And so, yeah, what you need to know about your person and your connection, pile one, just be very careful with this type of an energy. If this person leaves you feeling drained all the time, that's why. It's because they have come to depend on certain aspects of your energy in order to thrive. But anytime that we're giving that way and we're not receiving back, that's kind of dangerous, because the energy that we're giving, that's creative energy. You know, people are using that energy to create things in their own life. And especially if you're working with an empty cup yourself, or at least a cup that is very, you know, has a limited supply, that, you know, people can take our energy and use our energy to manifest, you know, blessings and riches and abundance in their life, and that leaves us in detriment, okay? So be very careful about that for what you need to know about your connection. All right, pile one, we're going to end your reading there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If this resonated, please take a moment, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know what pile you picked, let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family. Hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And I will see you guys at the next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye. Hey pile 2, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We are doing another Pick a Card Love reading. Today we are looking into what is it you need to know about the connection with you and your person, or just your person in general, okay? And so the messages that are coming through doesn't necessarily have to be like about maybe what, you know, your your person is doing behind your back. It doesn't have to be like that, okay? Some of the messages that have been coming through have been talking about the connection itself and just kind of the energy. You know, it's very interesting that the the energies and the messages that have been coming through so far for these readings. Very insightful. We're going deep, right? I, I'm loving that the energies and the messages that are coming through just overall feel like it's to put you guys in, you know, the viewer, to put you guys, pile two, into more of an empowered position, whether that's just knowing what's happening so you can make an informed decision on what to do with the connection, you know, how you might be able to switch things up to experience the outcome that you're wanting, you know, things of that nature. Okay, so we'll see. It could be just be something regarding like what's going on with your person behind your back. It could very well be, but you know, just keep an open mind that the messages that might come through could be very different from maybe the kind of messages you might be expecting. Okay. All right. Let's see. So pile two, just keep in mind it's a general reading. So whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If it doesn't, if something comes up and it does not resonate at all, just leave it behind for the people for whom it does resonate. Yeah, and then I do have personal readings available if you would like for me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection and the energy of that connection. Just check the description box below for booking details. There are a lot of $25 readings in the specific person categories. So, let's see, pile two, you guys were drawn to the black kyanite. Black kyanite. All right, and we got overall energies here we're going to check into. We got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. I just heard that the worst of it is over. You're coming into better days is what I'm hearing. We also have unfounded fear. So this says they are afraid to trust and get hurt. The illusion is keeping them locked in anxiety and able to act upon their love. But we'll see how that connects or how that resonates for just the reading overall. Then we got vulnerability in the reverse. Okay, so in the upright position, this says you can be completely open with this person, but this is in reverse. And so we'll see how all of this is. I'm hearing like what you need to know about this connection is like you need to shield yourself. This person may not have the best intentions, pile two, when it comes to you and this connection. And we'll see like what their specific energy is about, you know, concerning what you need to know. But we do have unfounded fear here. And so there's an energy here where no matter what's going to come out in this reading, what you need to know about this connection is this person can't touch you, not unless you let them, right? Meaning like they can't hurt you, they can't harm you. The only power that your person has over you is the power that you give, okay? And so there is a message coming through pile two about being very careful about what you're holding in your mind and in your heart in terms of fear. Because the Ten of Swords here is in the reverse, okay? Meaning that the worst of it is over. You're coming into better days. Now we're going to see if that is regarding specific. I don't feel like that's regarding this connection because we have a message here like you're not safe to open up with this person, okay? This person is not a safe space for you. That's what you need to know about this person in the connection pile too. Your person is not a safe space for you, okay? You probably already know that because I feel like with the Ten of Swords in the reverse here, like I said, the worst is already over. You've already went through some some pretty heavy things with this person. Okay, the Ten of Swords can represent being stabbed in the back, feeling betrayed, painful endings, right? A very painful ending. And the good news is that the worst of it is over. Okay, now we're going to find out exactly how your person, what your person has to do with all this. I feel like this unfounded fear is your guys' energy, pile 2. It says you're afraid to trust and get hurt. The illusion is keeping you locked in anxiety and able to act upon your love. And so you might be carrying around, whether you realize it or not, a lot of you, I think you do realize it, right? You've gone through so much with this person, the person that's on your mind, that there is almost a programming now in your central nervous system where that's like, we can't do that again. Being very scared for you to open yourself up to other people because, being afraid of having that experience again. Okay. And so the fact that this is coming under the guise of what you need to know for this connection, while it is true that at the moment, like the energy that your person is in, your person and the connection with them is not a safe space for you, right? But that doesn't mean that everybody else is also not a safe space for you. But a lot of the times when we experience extreme pain, emotional pain, mental pain, disappointment, emotional baggage, extreme trauma, even within relationships, our nervous system can tend to overgeneralize and be like, rather than understanding and just singling out that one person and that one experience as being a threat, it's like all of it. It's all a threat. It's all a threat. Romantic relationships are just threats, right? And so that's kind of a heads up about what you need to know about this connection. This connection may have primed your subconscious, aka your nervous system, in a way that sees romantic connections overall as just threats, needing to stay away from. So the reason why this is being pointed out, pile 2, is because consciously you might want one. You might want a significant other. You might want to get married consciously. But if subconsciously your subconscious, your nervous system sees marriage or romantic relationships as extreme threats, your nervous system, your subconscious is going to win out. So, you see what I'm saying? So that's definitely a heads up about, what you need to know about this connection. It definitely had some kind of an impact on your central nervous system, on your subconscious. All right, pile 2's person. What does pile 2 need to know about their person in this connection? What does pile 2 need to know about their person in this connection? Trust issues. What does pile 2 need to know about? Yeah, there's still energies here, pile 2. You still cannot trust your person. Your person is not a safe space for you. So I don't know if you're talking to this person. I don't know if your person is telling you like you can trust them and blah, blah, blah. And they might even believe that. But the energy that's coming through, whatever it is going on with your person, they are not a safe space. The connection that you have with them is not a safe space for you, okay? Whatever happened, whatever was the dynamic in the connection that took you through a 10 of Swords ending, a very painful ending, that energy is still there with your person. They have not healed from it. They have not changed it. For those of you where it's like you think your person may have moved on and stuff, they didn't flip some weird switch and all of a sudden they're a safe space for someone else. They are not a safe space. They are not a safe space for anybody when it comes to romance, right? Let's get one more. So far here we have trust issues, and then we also have wandering eye and attention whore. This is what you need to know about your person, okay? I'm picking up on a very restless energy when it comes to your person in terms of like, they crave validation and attention from third parties, and it's for the purposes of filling a void, okay? Your person is very restless because when they're not getting validation from third parties, and when I say third parties, I mean multiple, right? It triggers some kind of a very deep-seated wounding, whether they're conscious of it or not, but there's a very restless energy I'm picking up in your person, where when they get in that restless energy, the first thing they want to do is, pick up the phone and dial whomever, see who's available, right? Get on dating apps and see who they, see who they can, meet up with and stuff like that. I just saw, I'll do whatever it takes to get you back. Be very careful about that, pile 2. Because your person, what you need to know about this connection is they're not a safe space for anybody, okay? The fact that this is coming through, that they're craving validation, that means they're not even a safe space for themselves, all right? Anytime somebody is walking around with a gaping wound, an opened wound at a soul core level, they're not even a safe space for themselves until they fill that void, heal the void, dissolve the void, and heal that wound, right? Let's get one more. What does pile 2 need to know about their person? I'll tell you about trust issues here in a second. Let me get one more. Here we go. Amazing chemistry. This is what they chase. But look, here we have, I'm sorry for making you look and feel like a fool. So there is some remorse coming through in your person's energy. I know this can be difficult. There is a message coming through from your person, pile 2. They don't want you to take any of this personal. It literally, and I know this can be hard to receive for a lot of people, but they literally don't want you to take any of this personal. This is all about your person and a very deep core, an open core wound that they have. Okay, and until they heal that core wound, no one, it doesn't matter how perfect that person is, okay? It could be freaking perfect. They're never going to be satisfied. It's never going to be enough. They're always going to seek the attention of multiple third parties, okay? Let's find out what amazing chemistry is. Yeah, this is about what you need to know. Let me see. How is this relating to this reading with pile 2? Amazing chemistry. Tell me more about that. Yeah, they seek that through options, okay? That's what, there's some kind of a high that they get from the chase of having multiple options. There's a very ungrounded energy when it comes to your person, pile 2, and they kind of, it's weird because it's very chaotic, but that's where your person feels like they thrive, okay? When they get too still, when things get too clear even, and a lot of that is because when they get still and they get clear, that's when they're able to really, that's when that wounding really becomes detectable to your person. And what a lot of people don't understand is when wounding like that gets detectable, that's when we're able to work through it and heal it and dissolve it so that, we're not constantly at the mercy of an open, gaping wound. So your person is constantly on the chase for that high, that amazing chemistry. There's something about it. Is there anything else that needs to be said about amazing chemistry? It's a relentless chase. The chase is relentless. It's almost like a drug that your person is after. Why is this something that pile 2 needs to know about? I feel like there's a message here that's wanting to come through. Okay, so first let's talk about trust issues, because this is just what you need to know about your person in this connection is there's still an energy that creates trust issues in whatever connections that they have. Okay, again, they're not a safe space for what you need to know about your person in the connection. They're not a safe space. All right. Now, amazing chemistry, it's kind of, you might receive it as harsh, but that it's just a heads up and what you need to know about this connection. And you know what? This is really kind of giving me heavy narcissistic vibes. Love bombing. They don't have to be, diagnosed as a narcissist, but we're picking up love bombing energy, what people do when they love bomb, right? People that love bomb are able to manufacture what looks like chemistry simply by mirroring, right? They lay on an ego boost. They let you know, like, oh my gosh, I like those things too, and we're so compatible, and this and that and the other. What you need to know about this connection in your person pile two is they're able to manufacture what looks like and appears to be amazing chemistry with almost anybody. And it's because your person's not coming from an authentic space. Okay? I don't know if they do this on purpose, if they know that they're doing it, you know. I hear from some people that, yeah, you know, people that love bomb are doing it on purpose. They know what they're doing, right? And your person, because they crave validation, there's something that they get from a person believing that they found their perfect match, right? There's something that your person gets from the other person believing that, oh wow, we got great chemistry. They get something from that, and that's what they're after. And so, you know, what you need to know about your connection pile two, you know, and I'm sorry to have to say it, but you know, if you believed that you and your person had this amazing chemistry and it was one of a kind and blah blah blah, there's an energy coming through that they manufactured, that it may not have been authentic because they weren't showing up as themselves authentically. Okay, with vulnerability in the reverse here, this is also a message coming through pile two. What you need to know about your person is they weren't showing up as their authentic selves. They didn't open up authentically to you. And so they may have put on a mask and presented themselves as somebody that they weren't in order to manufacture what appeared to be amazing chemistry between the two of you, because that's the high that they chase. Okay. Trust issues. Yeah, we already talked about that. But you know, I mean, the fact that we now, again, I'm sorry for making you look and feel like a fool. That's bottom of the energy deck. That's bottom of the deck energy, which means it's not that strong. But there is a little bit of remorse there. And what I'm picking up from your person pile two is, like any drug that somebody chases, it gets to a point where you start to, yeah, you still depend on it, but there starts to come a point where it's not fulfilling, it's not satisfying, right? I hope that makes sense. And I feel like your person is kind of, they're in that space where they don't like the fact that they're relying on that chase. There is an energy coming through. I don't know if you want to hear this or not, because I don't know where you are with your person, okay? When it comes to like your person is craving authenticity. They are, at a very deep level, your person is craving authenticity. But their addiction to validation, to third-party attention, can override that craving for authenticity. And so there is this energy that your person's coming through, letting you know, pile two. This is a message. They're wanting you to know this, that they're not proud of themselves for being this way. Like in the moment when that addiction is active, you know, yeah, they get that ego boost that they need, and they feel like, yeah, I'm the girl, I'm the man, you know, I'm that bitch, I'm that whatever, right? And then as soon as they get what they need, or they get the energy that they need from that connection or that exchange, right? After they got their high, they're left feeling empty again, which is the nature of a void. A void is never satisfied, ever, okay? And your person is starting to resent that need, the need for validation, the need for constant chase, the need to have to put on a mask, the need to have to simulate amazing chemistry with people. They're actually not. They're starting to get to a space where they're not liking that. Okay, they are starting to crave authenticity. You know what? I didn't do this for pile one, but I feel guided to do it for you guys. Pile two's speaking directly to pile two's person. What messages do you have for pile two to close up the reading? Pile two, so far, if this has resonated, please do me a favor. Make sure you're smashing the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family by hitting the subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. All right, pile two's person. Give me some true messages. Give me some messages coming from an authentic space. For pile two, there's trust issues again. Yeah, there. Look. It says I'm not a safe space for you. Wow. Give me one more. And then we got attachment issues. And it's coming up, your person may actually be like either a dismissive avoidant or they could be a fearful avoidant attachment style, just depending on your person's orientation. So, you know, this is coming up more fearful avoidant. Yeah, okay. So your person might have like a fearful avoidant attachment style. So they can be either an avoidant in connections where the other person might be too overly clingy or dependent on your person's energy, or they could be they could be on the anxious side if they get on, you know, if they get with someone else that pushes your person's energy away. Okay, but they are dealing with an insecure attachment style. For a lot of you, your person's attachment style is fearful avoidant, okay? And this is your person coming through in a heads up because I don't know if your person is in a third party. I don't know if you're seeing them like in some way, shape, or form, quote unquote, moving on with someone else. If your person appears to be clinging on to whomever they're with, when they didn't do that with you, it's still coming from an insecure attachment. It's not because that person is everything they've always wanted. Okay, it's because that person is being very detached with your person, is pushing your person, you know, that. So I hope that makes sense. If you don't know the dynamics of, like, you know, avoidant attachment styles, anxious attachment styles, and the variations of those, definitely go look it up. Because for those of you where you are having to watch your person for whatever reason move on with someone else, and it seems like there's so much more into that person than they were with you, it has nothing to do with that person, just like it had nothing to do with you. Okay, when they're with someone that has an avoidant attachment style, it's basically like whoever has the most avoidant attachment style in that connection is the one that wins. Okay, that's basically what it is. So if you were avoidant with your person, they would have clinged more onto you, right? That's the only reason why, if they're clinging on, if it appears that they're clinging on to someone else, that's the only reason why. It has nothing to do with that person being a better match for them, being prettier, more handsome, more attractive, what have you. The person that they're with just happens to be more of an avoidant than your person is. And that's what happens in the fearful avoidant attachment style. I hope that makes sense. But your person having an attachment style, you know, just an insecure attachment style overall, regardless of whether they're showing up as insecure, or I should say whether or not they're showing up as anxious attachment or whether they're showing up as avoidant attachment, they're not a safe space, period, for whomever that they're with. If they're with someone who, if they're clinging on to somebody because that person is showing up as an avoidant, if that person were to just switch all of a sudden and get super clingy on your person's energy, your person would then switch to being the avoidant. I hope that makes sense. It's not about the other person just, you know, being everything that your person wanted. That's not it at all. With trust issues, your person is letting you know, pile two, that they're not a safe space. They're not a safe space for you. If they're with someone else, they're not a safe space for that person. This is a message coming through directly from your person to you, pile two, okay? So If you have some kind of an unfounded fear, what you need to know about this connection, pile 2, if you have some kind of an unfounded fear that your person is just automatically going to switch up and be, because they found the perfect person and blah, 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 that's an unfounded fear, okay? That's not it at all. Until your person heals whatever this core wounding is that they have that makes them an attention whore, okay? They're not going to be a safe space for anybody. They're not a safe space for themselves. All right, you guys. Yeah. And then I just saw I'll do whatever it takes to win you back. That's kind of a heads up, pile 2, because I have a feeling for you guys, like you moving on, you detaching, you letting go and releasing your person, and then just surrendering the connection altogether and just, moving on with your life could activate your person's anxious attachment towards you. So that your person might start switching into the chasing. Just that's a very kind of a subtle energy showing up at the back of the deck, but it is a heads up. All right, pile 2. That was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys. Hello, pile 3. Welcome back. My name is Michelle. We're doing another Pick a Card Love reading. We are tapping into what it is you need to know about your person and or the connection. So just to give you guys a heads up, I don't know what kind of messages that you might be expecting to receive, but they've been very interesting. Haven't picked up so far on, things going on behind people's backs. I mean, that could very well be what your reading could be about, but it's just been largely about the dynamics, about, the connections that people have had with, whoever they have on their mind. So just keep an open mind, okay? I don't know what you might be expecting from the reading. Some very interesting messages have been coming through, definitely delving deep into, the whys of, the dynamics and maybe things that can be done to affect the course that the connection is on, things of that nature, okay? So just keep an open mind. So pile 3, it's a general reading, so whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something doesn't resonate, just leave that behind for the people that it does resonate with. I do have personal readings available if you would like for me to tap exclusively into you and your person's energy and the energy of your guys' connection. Just check the description box below for booking details. There are a lot of $25 readings available in the specific person category. Okay, you guys? So y'all were drawn to the pink amethyst geode. And then let's get some overall energies here of what you need to know about your person. We got the Seven of Pentacles showing up in the reverse. Wow, we got Twin Flame coming out. It says this is a divine counterpart connection. We'll see how that resonates. Family tree. This says there's cultural differences, different values, beliefs, or traditions that pose a challenge to this connection. That may be something that you need to know that you don't already know, or it could be something that you might know but you don't have the what you need to know is how much of an impact, the differences that the two of you are having on the connection itself, okay? What you might need to know, I mean, if this resonates, if you guys believe in twin flame connections and, that tracks, you're going to know if you have a twin flame connection with somebody, okay? You're just going to know. And if not, then what this talks about is what you need to know about your connection with your person. If you feel like the connection that you have with them has been up until this point unmatched, the chemistry is just fire, right? There's a lot of mirroring going on here. Your person feels the same way. Whatever it is that the two of you have, it is unmatched. Regardless of what's going on over here with the family tree issues, whatever the cultural differences may be, whatever the different values may be, whatever the beliefs or traditions that are posing a challenge in this connection, they have no bearing on the intensity of the passion that your person, the magnetism that they feel towards you, the power at which they feel drawn to you. Okay, yes, there are some differences, and the differences don't have any effect. Like, the connection itself is so potent and so powerful, none of that stuff matters. Okay, yes, it's having an impact. It might be giving your person, like, I need to think twice about getting into this connection because of all these differences, but that doesn't stop them from intensely desiring you in the connection. Okay, for what you need to know about your person in the connection, pile 3. Tell me more about the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what you need to know about your person in this connection, pile 3, yes, progress seems to have stopped. They have maybe even stopped investing in the connection itself. But again, we're coming back to this twin flame. That doesn't mean that they don't still feel this powerful magnetism towards you, okay? Again, I'm being tied back to this family tree. Like, your person just really taking into account some of the, I'm hearing structures. You guys have some structural core differences in values, maybe some structural core differences in maybe political things, religious, beliefs, traditions, things of that nature that are really kind of, that's where that might be coming from for what you need to know about your person and that connection. But again, regardless of that, whatever your person might be doing, whoever they might be doing it with, what you need to know about your person and the connection, they still, this twin flame connection that they feel with you, whether it is an actual twin flame, whether you believe in that dynamic or not, this is just coming through in the energy of what they feel with you is so powerful, so magnetic, so potent. They cannot get away from it. They cannot escape it no matter how hard they try. Okay, yes, they have stopped investing. They may even be looking at, and I'll be honest, this is just the message that's coming through. They may even be looking at the connection and the time and the resources that they spend in it with you, pile 3. And I'm sorry if this is triggering. It might be a little bit harsh, but it is the energy that's coming through. It's the message. They might be looking at it as a waste of time. Like, everything they've spent in it. You see what I'm saying? It does not change, though, the fact that they still feel this intense magnetism towards you, this intense desire for you. What you need to know about your person in the connection, pile 3, they still think about you. They think about you all the time. We're just too different is what I'm hearing them say. Let's find out more. But yeah, the energy that they're coming through, though, is that they have stopped investing in the connection with you. But that's not a reflection on how they feel at all, okay? A lot of earth energy coming through Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, regardless of whether or not your person is, has any earth dominant energies in their chart. They're looking at things from a very logical, they're not looking at things from a heart-based standpoint or a soul-based standpoint even at all. They're looking at things from a very analytical, logical, kind of even ego-minded point of view, right? Let's see. What does pile 3 need to know about their person and the connection? And for family tree, that could also, if it's not a difference in cultural things, if it's not a difference in, like, religious beliefs and things of that nature, it could just be something about lifestyles being different. For those of you where that resonates. What you need to know about your person, pile 3. Number 1, what's coming up here, it says, I'm not a safe space for you. Your person is letting you know they're not a safe space. Yes, they're feeling some very, very intense, deep, magnetized emotions towards you. And I'll find out why they're coming through in this energy for what you need to know, like why they're not a safe space for you. Yeah, they can still feel the pain. They may be the reason, and they may even have been the catalyst for why the two of you are separated or not together or experiencing challenges. But your person, you know, what you need to know is that they feel the pain of they don't know, you know, yes, they're separated from you. They may have even, that was the choice that they made, and they still feel the pain of that every day is what I'm hearing. They got something from you and from their connection with you that they cannot find or duplicate anywhere else. Tell me more about I'm not a safe space for you. Like, here we have, let's spend more quality time together. Your person is desiring, they're kind of in two minds. Like, you know, if they were to look at things more on a soul-based level and a heart-based level, they would have chosen you, but they're not. They're looking at things from from a ego-based point of view. If they didn't choose you, that's why. Okay. And I will say, pile 3, if they chose the path of the ego over the path of the heart, they're never going to be happy, no matter who they end up with. Okay. Yeah, with I moved on, I'm picking up for a lot of you, your person has moved on to someone else. I feel like the two of you are not together. What's coming through is they ditched this connection to follow another path that lined up more with what made sense to their egoic mind. And I'm hearing, if they're not already kicking themselves for that, they will. Because they're never going to be able to find true happiness and fulfillment following the path of the ego, the wounded egoic mind. Okay, the ego in and of itself is not bad, but it is when it's wounded, right? Because they can't see things clearly. You know, the best orientation to be in is when the heart and the mind work together in unison, when they're in alignment. Your person's heart and their mind is not in alignment right now. Their heart and their attention and their soul is focused on this connection with you, but they're being driven away from it because of their ego. Okay, their wounded ego. Tell me more about I'm not a safe space for you. They're very ego-based. Your person is pile 3. That's why they're not a safe space for you. They're very ego-based. They're following a wounded ego as opposed to their heart. Their wounded ego is running the show. So even if they did choose you, y'all wouldn't have been happy together, because until they heal the wounds, right? They're making themselves miserable. They're making everybody around them miserable. If they're in another committed relationship, they're making that person, everybody's just miserable. Okay. Because your person is, not only are they not a safe space for you, pile 3, but they're not a safe space for themselves, which means they're not a safe space for anybody else. All right. Especially within the confines of a romantic relationship. Anything to add? I'm just channeling at this point. Anything to add for I'm not a safe space for you? There's that that Knight of Pentacles again. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse as it relates to you not being a safe space for pile 3. Okay, There is okay, there's a little bit of a shift in the winds coming that your person is dealing with, okay? They were coming for the reason why they're showing up in this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse energy is because of an abandonment wound. Okay? That is the core wounding that your person is dealing with. Your person, honestly, what you need to know about your connection, pile 3, your person actually doesn't give a flying, you know what, about cultural differences, political differences, belief structures, or anything like that. The what they feel, I mean, you know, whether this is a true twin flame connection or not, the magnetism, the way you guys fit together just on a soul level is so perfect in your person's eyes. None of that other stuff matters, but their abandonment wound is so dense and it's so quote unquote loud that it drowns all the other stuff. It drowns that out, right? And so your person is seeking approval and or validation, possibly from, whether they realize it or not, possibly from members of their family. I'm hearing specifically a father figure, okay? There may be a wounded like relationship, like somebody here is trying to gain the approval of their father, whether they understand and realize it, whether that's happening on a conscious level, they're trying to, you know, gain the approval of their father. And for some reason, the wounded ego that is seeking the approval of that father figure is not on a path that has you on it for some reason, okay? And again, if this is a twin flame connection, whether, you know, whether it's a true twin flame connection or it's just a really powerful soul-based connection, there's definitely some lessons that are being learned here, because we have the Five of Pentacles coming up in the reverse, and the reason why it's not in the upright position, which would be just an abandonment wound, period, point blank, but we have that it's healing. That abandonment wound is healing, and I have a feeling that has everything to do with their connection to you, okay? But it is still in the process of healing. The light of healing has broken through, and so there's some healing aspects coming there. I feel pile 3, like you may have been a catalyst to this person's awakening, but it's very slow, very slow going, very slow going. And I keep saying that because in the upright position, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight of all 4 knights, right? But in the upright position, it is forward moving progress, albeit it's very slow, right? But this is in the reverse position. There's no progress happening here. And your person does seem to be in the energy of healing. Very, like, not quite, I wouldn't say, because we don't have any pages coming up, right? We are at the night level. So they are somewhat on the journey of healing. But there's a lot of stops and starts I'm hearing. A lot of push and pull between their heart and their wounded ego. You know, there's a lot of forward moving progress, and then they'll take some progress back. All right. Let's see what's going on with let's spend quality time together. Anything to add for let's spend quality time together? Your person misses you, pile 3, for what you need to know. They feel guilt. See, okay, 9 of Cups, right? Clarifying, let's spend more quality time together. This person finds a lot of emotional fulfillment in their connection with you. Emotional, heart-based, soul level. You satisfy them on the deepest levels. But then boom, we got the 8 of Swords coming in to F that up. The wounded ego, that wounded mind keeps getting in the way and effing everything up. that wounded ego, even though your person on a very deep level feels a lot of satisfaction and fulfillment with you and in this connection, that wounded ego being driven by an abandonment wound, being driven by the need for validation and acceptance and approval, gets in there and messes everything up. It's like, no, we can't, no, pile 3 isn't what, like, I feel like there's a blueprint, like there's some kind of a blueprint or an ideal that has been set by like a parental figure that your person is still, whether they realize it or not, trying to gain approval from. Okay? And you don't fit that blueprint or that ideal, which is very hallmark of a twin flame-esque type of a connection. And when I say ideal, I mean ideal to the wounded ego. See, your person feels on a very deep soul level that you are their ideal on a very soul level. You're basically wish fulfillment. You make them very happy in ways that they have never experienced happy and fulfillment before, and satisfaction too. And their minds won't let them enjoy it. That's part of the programming, right? That's self-sabotage in action. That's an abandonment wound saying, you know, no. The whole nature of an abandonment wound is to continue to manifest situations and dynamics where you continue feeling abandoned. That's what your person is dealing with. And so that's why they're not with you, is because they didn't feel abandoned with you. They didn't feel empty with you. And until they heal that abandonment wound, they're always going to be driven away. Their mind is going to drive them away from you, right? I know it doesn't make any sense, but I'm hoping that you're catching that on a very deep level. As long as your person, see, you cannot, a twin flame, no connection, no one outside of themselves is going to be able to heal that abandonment wound but them. And as long as that abandonment wound is still active, they're not going to be able to experience any kind of a connection that leaves them feeling fulfilled and satisfied. That abandonment wound is always going to be like manifesting more connections that leave them feeling abandoned. Your person has to heal that themselves. Okay? That's what you need to know about this connection. Let's find out what I moved on. So if your person is with someone else, I mean, that's their abandonment wound. Their abandonment wound chose that person because that person, some way, shape, or form, is making your person feel abandoned. Okay? Which is exactly what the abandonment wound wants. Again, things that are going on at a subconscious level don't make any sense to the conscious mind, okay? But that's just the nature of what's going on here. If they're in another third-party connection with someone else, what I am hearing is that that person is kind of mirroring back some way, shape, or form of how your person felt about one of the parental figures, their dad or their mom or something, right? That person is reminding you, your person, the third party, if there is one involved, is reminding your person on a very deep level of the person that they have been wanting to get approval from, but never got it, okay? That's all that is. That's an abandonment wound playing out in real time. An activated abandonment wound. Yeah, I moved on, being clarified by the Two of Cups. They're with someone else for a lot of you. They're in a romantic connection, with someone else. It's active. It's in the upright position. But at the bottom of the deck, we got the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. It's not everything that it seems. It's not going to lead to fulfillment. It's not going to lead to a legacy. It's not going to lead to anything that I'm hearing that's worth having. All right. Pile 3, I'm going to end your message, your reading there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If this resonated, please make sure you're spending some time to hit that like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know what pile you picked. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family by hitting the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And I will see you guys at your next pick a card love reading. Bye, guys.